Tennessee receiver Kaleb Webb has announced he will enter the transfer portal. Is this a loss for Tennessee? How significant of a loss is this for Tennessee? There are always going to be guys that are shown the door. I'll share with you the inside information that I have, but Caleb, what are your thoughts?
I think Tennessee. I don't think Caleb Webb's a big loss. I was surprised he didn't transfer out after the 2023 season when Chaz Nimrod started playing more than him. And I missed the boat on this. I thought Caleb Webb was going to be a receiver they built around when he committed back in 2022 for the future. I misevaluated completely. And by the way, guys, just so y'all know of me saying that, see, I even volunteer when I'm wrong when you didn't even know I was wrong. None of you guys knew that I thought Caleb Webb was going to be good, but I acknowledged that I thought he was going to be good. And I was dead wrong.
I can tell you what I was told midseason, that he was really coming along and that they liked his progress. So I'm going to say this one's a loss. And I'm not going to be the guy that's going to come on here and tell you that, oh, you don't need him and all this stuff. But I do think this one's a loss. I think this is one that kind of gets lost in the churn of college football. It used to be the norm, especially like at places like Alabama, that you wouldn't play for the first 2 years and then you'd have 2 big years. And I thought Kaleb Webb was kind of on that trajectory. Maybe not big years, but definitely contributing years. And I think this is one of the more unfortunate losses, because I think he would have gotten on the field. I think he would have played. I think he got frustrated when he saw Mike Matthews playing quite a bit and Chaz Nimrod playing quite a bit. But at some point, tough times make for tough men. I hate that he's given in on this. Now, the other two, Khalifa Keith, I get it. There's not a place for him here at Tennessee. And Bison Lang, I don't think could play at this level. So both of those, I think, made the right move. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Kaleb Webb made the right move. I think he should have stuck it out, and I believe he would have played. Now, I'm not suggesting that he would have been one of Tennessee's top 3 receivers, and if that's what he wants to do, that's fine. But, I don't believe this is a guy that was shown the door, whereas that could have been the case with Bison Lang. I don't think Khalifa Keith was shown the door either, but I think Khalifa Keith saw the handwriting on the wall. Bison Lang definitely saw the handwriting on the wall, but I think Kaleb Webb would have played. I think it's unfortunate.
Yeah, but how much? And here's what I think we have to take into account, Dave. The allure of playing receiver in Heupel's offense right now is not what it was when just at the beginning of the season, quite honestly. I think at the beginning of the season, the allure was with the right offense and the right quarterback, 3 of us could all go over 600 yards receiving at minimum, maybe even 800. Now, with the 3-3-5 and the way teams have played Tennessee and the way they've just sold out to take away the deep ball, I think you got to see a lot more crisp route running. You got to be willing to work the field a little more. It's really hard to get one 1,000-yard receiver now. And
yeah, but see, here's the chicken or the egg. I think that what you're going to see, you got a lot of these teams dropping back now. As Nico gets better early next year in September, I think you're going to see a lot of passes thrown underneath until they break defenses and they have to walk up. And I think Tennessee's going to continue to run the football. I think they're going to have a punishing tailback in Peyton Lewis, who I believe is going to be a borderline superstar in college. And you're going to see the receiver position be coveted once again by prospects who want to play that position. I think this is just a minor bump in the road. Like you'd have with most any young quarterback.
Yeah, but it takes usually a year to adjust. So how long does Kaleb Webb have to wait? He's already been in the program for 2 years. And Dave, let's be honest. Whatever you think about how much you would have played, I think you and I both know Mike Matthews is 1,000 times better than Kaleb Webb is. Mike Matthews is one of the most talented players that wide receiver Tennessee's ever had.
I'm not suggesting that he's higher in the pecking order than Mike Matthews, nor will he ever be. I'm definitely not. But he, if I told you right now that he could catch 18 balls next year and you're his parent, would you tell him to stay? And let's say, I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's say he could go to Vanderbilt and catch 45 balls.
Go to Vanderbilt.
No, see, I would rather my kids stick it out and be at Tennessee and be able to benefit from everything that is at Tennessee. One of the things that gets lost a little bit in this whole NIL discussion is if you stick it out and keep your nose clean, and sometimes in cases guys haven't kept their nose clean, but if you stick it out, I mean, you're going to have incredible opportunities.
But
coming out because of the alumni base.
But Dave, see, that's where I'm kind of breaking with you, because you also get those opportunities if you have a degree from Vanderbilt. So I mean, like,
I picked a bad school. Okay, let's say he transfers to MTSU.
Yeah, stay at Tennessee. But if you're talking like a lesser SEC program, like, you might have a debate maybe with Mississippi State, because a degree from Mississippi State, I don't know what that gets you.
Okay, but forget. So, okay, forget about the degree part. It's connections, and yes, you have that degree. Okay, let me ask you this: in terms of just a program, don't you think that Arkansas and Kentucky are a step down from Tennessee, because that's where they lost two prospects from last year? I'm sorry, 2 players from last year.
Yes, but in terms of what if your goal is going to the NFL? Okay, you're going to be on the same number of national TV games at Arkansas as you are Tennessee, because you're both in the SEC now. You're locked into the ESPN ABC thing, which carries the NFL draft, which is partners with the NFL, all of that. First Take, all the weekday shows, all they talk about is SEC games now, because that's all that's carried on ESPN. So it doesn't matter what team you play for in the SEC if you're in the SEC. And you just choose between 18 catches or 45 catches, what increases your chances of going to the NFL draft?
I don't think that matters, because I think they judge it off what you do at pro day. They judge it off what the coaches say. They judge it off a lot of different things. I think they find an elite prospect or even a good prospect, and if he's just caught 18, Alvin Kamara is a great example. That guy, I mean, he should have had a Dylan Sampson-like season. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. They found him.
But Dave, you're making my point with Alvin Kamara. That's actually a great one, the one you brought up, Alvin Kamara. Because of his production and the misuse of him, and that he didn't touch the ball enough in college, he fell to the 3rd round when, by all accounts, he should have been a 1st-round draft pick. And then, on the other hand, we just heard Will West talking about him, Jalen Hyatt, because he won the Biletnikoff, not because he was good, but because he played in the right system, he moved up to a 3rd-round pick when, by all accounts, he shouldn't have even been drafted. He's not a good receiver. Dude can't play. And so you compared him to Alvin Harper. I mean, Alvin Harper seemed like he could run some routes. I mean, Jalen Hyatt, like, someone just brought him up earlier. Well, I'll just say it. We're going Leonard Scott level with route running ability at this point.
Well, that's pretty bad.
I mean, like, we're going just a track star with hands. That's all he is. Well, I mean, we're going basically what Willie Gault kind of was accused of being, was a track star with hands when he played at Tennessee, but I think we found out in the NFL he was more than that. He actually was a good route runner playing for the Bears.
Well, yeah, Leonard Scott was a track star without hands.
He was a track star without hands. Jalen Hyatt's a track star with hands. That's all he is.